What's up, Zane? Saturdays and Tuesdays class. I told you before, man. I have no idea. I don't remember what we went over. Do you have any idea?
No, because I showed up late on Saturday.
It's Mount Week, so had something to do with that.
Yeah, we did backtake, I think, from Mount.
Okay, yeah. There was. I think on Saturday we went over some modified mount positions, dealing with that, and then how to take the back, all that stuff. Cool. Right off the bat, Helaton, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right, we are gonna look at some gi footage, of course. It's Sunday, but of course, you guys always take your gis off.
Yeah.
So this is from, let's see. This is from December 22nd, so right before Christmas. Let's get into it. This was an active Thursday too. Looks like we only have a couple gi folks. We got Joe and Justin, Mitch and Jordan up front, Steven and somebody. Cool. Oh, that's Rush. Rush, not Joe.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This is
James?
the one Rush messes me up. Yeah. What's up, James? It's early, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was 12 hours behind, whatever, 12 hours off.
Yeah.
Let's see, who do we focus on? I think Steven's going with Caleb.
Looks like it.
Looks like Caleb's big old donk. Donk with a K, just so we're clear. And then Joe and Andrew, I think. So Joe was in on, Joe's fighting from close guard here. And Andrew's getting a little too extended up top. So Andrew, when you're dealing with this, dealing in close guard, I genuinely can't think of a reason why your arms should be up over his shoulders, like, at all. I don't know. Let's see. I kind of missed how you got there, so I don't know if I don't know if he off balanced you. Okay, you're doing the right thing. It looks like you're trying to work the standing guard break. Good. I won't chastise you for that. Let's see how he gets you. It looks like Joe's kind of keeping some tension on his legs. Yeah, like right here, you can see he pulls you forward. Don't deviate from what you were doing before. Like, you had the right idea, just trying to keep your posture. Get your hands onto his chest. Push off his chest. Work your way back up to a more upright position, rather than getting your arms up over his shoulders. That just leads to exactly what happened, right? Like, underhooks, shoulder crunches. Joe decided to finish that with a straight arm instead of a sweep. So, good work, Joe. The one championship card starts at 8 a.m. That's surprising. I figured that they would, or is that one of the ones that's like regular time for us now? I guess. Yeah. Obviously it is. Yeah. Tonin posted about that.
Yep.
When is that?
We'll pick up at 4 or 5 to watch Tonin fight.
Yeah, I would just rewind it. When is that card? Do you know? Or when is the fight?
Felt like it was next weekend.
Okay.
Next Friday. No? On the 13th.
Rush with the off balancing. Yeah, Amazon Prime, 8 p.m. Friday nights. Cool. Speaking of Amazon Prime, if you guys have it, you can subscribe here for free. For no more than what you already pay for Amazon Prime. So do that. We appreciate the support. Oh, did you put the gi on for Justin here?
I did. Yeah,
You about tried to go Tomonagi or?
I did. I tried to go into a Tomonagi, but I couldn't get the angle on him.
Hmm. Look at Cole putting the gi on. So Steven's chasing down a double here in the back. Let's see. Up against Josh by the door. It looked like he was going for a knee pick,
Yep.
which I know he's been working a bit lately. But then Josh in on a guillotine. Just about gets it. Josh, I don't know if you're in the chat or not. But this is a great spot to find yourself. Obviously not like totally flat on your butt and on your back. But for finishing this guillotine, well, let's see. It looks like he may have the arm in. But either way, let's just say he has the arm out. Josh, I want you to think about crunching to your left side, just doing a side crunch to bury the head, bury Steven's head, further down towards your hip. Kind of like you're connecting your left elbow to your left hip. It's going to be a crucial part of that finishing mechanic for a no arm in guillotine. See how Rush and Cole handle this grip fight. Yeah, Rush likes to pull. He doesn't. I don't think he stands up too much, especially in the gi. He'll get an unbreakable grip on your lapels and just like yank you down.
Right.
And then he does a great job of immediately sweeping you a lot of times.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's look at that sweep, how he worked up to it. So the whole time, Rush has established this same side, like sleeve cuff grip. And you'll see, I don't think he lets that go. He's looking to get his body to the outside of it.
Yep.
So like on Cole's right. So right, like he's getting his hips out there. He just passed it off.
Mm-hmm.
From the same side grip to the cross side grip, going up around the sleeve, keeping Cole's elbow from pulling back, or trying to at least. And I lost it. Awesome. Did I just go too far forward? Yeah, I guess I did. Here we go. So yeah, as soon as he found that space.
He does it as like a half guard. Well, I mean, it is basically a half guard back take.
Yeah.
It's kind of what he was going up to threaten. I finally found my way under Justin to be able to take him over. Yeah, so I switched to, I think I switched to a butterfly hook here. Yeah, butterfly half. My left foot finds its way inside the thigh. Now I'm pulling him over top of me. And then once I can pull his head over my head, I'm able to elevate his legs and start taking him over, driving with my back leg off the mat.
And then it looked like you were trying to establish a lapel grip, but
I was like, when I roll with Justin, like he always just like grabs my gi, and I never know whether it's good or bad. Like, it just confuses me.
yeah. Yeah, he got a little too, I don't want to say scared, but he rolled up here right away and exposed his back.
Mm-hmm.
With half guard in, which really just gives you a hook. So not the best defensive maneuver there. I'm sure he was going to put some of his like defensive posturing to work. But yeah, that just led to a fairly easy back take. And Zane, since you were asking, this is essentially the style of back take that we went over on Saturday. Just from a slightly different way to get there, but the same exact concept. So Rush is doing a good job here, trying to keep Cole's arms elevated above the head. Now it's going to be hard to see what he's going to do with it. But it looks like Justin escaped.
He did.
Yeah, exactly what I was saying. Starts working his like defensive posturing, getting misaligned, getting his shoulders misaligned with yours. And then, yeah, even denying you mount as he escaped, at least for a minute. What is Steven doing to Josh?
Armbar.
Like a big step over armbar from Steven here from like a turtle position. It's next to the pillar. Josh not giving up too easily. This is good defense. Yeah, find the other group, knock into them. That looked good though. Like it looks like Josh he's staying composed here. He's keeping his arm in front of his chest, not allowing it to get extended. But every time, like right here, I feel like he realizes he's got his head inside Steven's legs instead of isolated, and he's doing what he can to keep that advantage. Like here, as he's going up, he's keeping the head in between the legs. The danger here, and Steven actually got the tightest triangle on me the other day from me doing this. You know, as you start to roll up in these arm bars and keep your head up the center, you can leave yourself open to pretty nasty triangles. For me, Steven had to immediately had the angle he needed to make it extremely tight. So got to be careful with that here, Josh. But it looks like you're doing he may have had you there right at the end. I mean, he gets the arm kind of extended and isolated as you're rolling. So that could have been it for you. But either way, some of your initial defensive instincts were moving in the right direction. Meanwhile, Cole's back on top. Let's see how this happened. Looks like he's using that overhook to a cross-side lapel grip, isolating Rush's arm and sweeping him over with the legs. And this was before we'll take the weak position off of the list. I don't remember what it was. Must have been side control week right before Christmas.
I think it was side. Yeah. Yeah, didn't we do like 3 weeks of side control? Or no, we did 3 of half guard, and then we did 2 of side control or something.
Yeah. Caleb trying to rip off Austin's leg here. This is really nice little dogfight between Cole and Rush. Did you see that?
I didn't see that,
Still going.
But it looked like Cole did something very similar to what I just attempted. Or maybe finished. I don't know.
So Rush won the underhook battle here.
Okay.
Not really good for Cole. And he's starting to work this trying to come up out the side from half guard to either take the back or whatever, maybe hit a roll through sweep.
Step over.
Yeah, Cole hits this step over, which honestly I would kind of expect that to like just extend him a bit too much as far as like his base is concerned, since he can't base on with his right hand. But all that pressure it's kind of similar to like a cow catcher, how you can torque the shoulders really well the way Cole has them at the moment. So he could start to get rushes back to the mat, but then Rush rolls through with it, keeps it going, and is addressing the legs to prevent Cole from I think from getting his triangle. Not that we see Cole do too many triangles. Cole addresses it by raising his hips back up, trying to get hip height. And then Rush manages to get out right at the bell. That was a cool exchange. Cole immediately trying to get both arms across the body so he could take the back. Justin addressing it immediately as well. So you and Rush have a good match here?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it good. I mean, Rush beats the shit out of me for most of the round. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he posts that leg up. He's in a very athletic stance, but it gives me an entrance into single leg X or Ashi, and so I think I'm able to pop him down here. Yeah, but I was happy with being able to get to the sweep. But then when we reset, we didn't start in the swept position. We started back. I wanted to see if it was just a fluke or if it was gonna happen again.
Yeah.
But this is a crazy good pass, what he does here. So notice what he's got on me with my left leg pinned. He actually grabs my pants. So he's got like the inside of my pants with his right hand as he's pinning with his bicep, the instep of my foot, or like the ankle of my foot. You see this actually a lot with like when somebody's playing in butterfly guard, and they don't want to get triangled, right? So they'll come in and they hug the hip, and he did it. Normally I can shake that grip pretty easily, but since he actually was able to grab inside of my pants, I couldn't extend that leg at all, and I was like, yep, I'm getting my guard passed here. Like, I was trying to grab the belt to see if I could sweep over or get a better angle, but
yeah,
I knew I was getting passed right at that time.
Yeah, that was a nice grip. Danny and Brooke all over the place. Meanwhile, Joe and Austin have had a really good leg lock exchange here, or at least an active one. Just want to take a look at it real quick. So big heavy reap from Austin. Austin's almost, I don't know if he realizes it, but working like a Z-lock, or attempting to work a Z-lock position.
Now he's in an inside, like almost a cross Ashi.
There's the Z-lock.
And now you're in the Z-lock territory, yes.
Yeah.
And now he's an outside Ashi, or straight Ashi. It's really interesting how all of those leg lock positions can kind of mold together.
Yeah. I think it's hard to see if... I don't think Joe must not be too concerned. Like, I think Joe has his knee free, so he's not fighting too much out of this. Wins the knee to face battle. Oh. Rush is just trying to ragdoll you.
Yeah, he's just putting me down. Scores like 1,800 points on this match.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what I'm doing, I'm trying to get up, and then he puts me back down. Another 2 points, another 2 points, another 2 points.
Yeah. Yeah, rolls with him are always a good reminder of how important grips are. Like, kind of the old adage of like whoever wins the grip battle wins the fight.
Yep.
Rush puts that into practice like every single time we roll. To your credit, though, you haven't really let him advance position too much. There was that guard pass we highlighted.
Right.
But I haven't seen him work too much from what he's gotten.
I think he'll take my back here shortly. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I can get out of this turtle position without getting my back taken. And I think, oh yeah, so now I'm starting to really throw. It's kind of like devil may care. I'm really trying to like lay on this arm. I'm trying to see if I can sit out, basically, by laying on his arm and kind of threatening a straight arm or a Kimura in order to get him pinned down to the mat so I can start rotating.
Yeah.
But when I start doing that, I know he's going to come up here with that top leg. So you can see how I'm trying to keep my hips away from him and kind of rotate out of the position, but I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in that escape, to be quite honest with you.
Just throwing it on the wall, seeing if it sticks.
Yeah.
What happened with Austin and Joe here? Looks like Joe bounced his...
That's the face battle, the knee to face.
Oh.
So he...
Yes, it is.
Austin pulls guard, basically, or sits back to his butt, and Joe's knee, or head, goes right into his knee.
Yeah. It's alright. You're fine. He's just walking it off now.
It's the gentle art, Joe.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Did you like bite part of your tongue off or something? Like, did it bust your lip open or your tongue or something? Hell yeah.
That's where I fucked up. Right. Oops. Sorry. That's where I messed up. Right there. I was like, oh, I'm gonna see if I can Seonagi him. Because he didn't have any hooks in, and he just threw his hands over.
Yeah.
And so, like, I tried to come up and pin the shoulder, and I think he wound up getting both hooks in. Yeah, he got both hooks in on this at this position, and I was like, damn, that was 4 points.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's where the tooth went through the lip. So Brandon, this was December 22nd, so this was a few weeks ago. I forgot about that. So yeah, that's fun for everybody who didn't know. Joe's tooth went through his lip. He got a nice little lip piercing right here.
That is not a normal occurrence in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It is not something.
Yeah, it doesn't happen frequently, but it has happened to Luke and Joe now.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that thing like sutured up? Did you get the stitches? Andrew real heavy on the head. Cole throwing him by. And immediately working him out.
There was a lot of action for Thursday.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was like the largest Thursday class we had had.
Certainly looks that way. Jordan still had a sweet handlebar mustache.
Yeah. Yeah, I was bummed to see that got shaved off.
Yeah. Wives, am I right?
Dude.
Man, I would have So much cool facial hair if I wasn't married.
Yeah.
It's a different Jordan. We're talking about the other Jordan on the mats.
Yeah. Nice save.
Yeah, yeah. Blink twice, Jordan. Hey, Cole. I feel like Andrew really, really wants to hit this standing guard break. Like he's getting up to standing and then getting his posture broken down again.
Mhm.
And that's, look, man, that's not a bad thing. Whenever I do that break and like someone pulls their knees in before I can like get to a full upright position, if I don't feel like I can do it, I don't hinge at my hips and post my hands on their chest and open myself up to some really bad situations. I go right back down onto my knees, get my base, make sure I'm fine, get my posture back, and then start working on it again. So if you're getting knocked down from it, don't sweat it. That's just kind of how it goes.
Chumbawamba it.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, like when you're standing up, the closer your feet are to the person's head, the easier it'll be to stand up. So in a lot of the ones that I've seen that you're trying to stand up, I see your legs are sprawled back. So let's see where they are. See how they're like you're pushing into Cole in order to get your head up. What I want you to think about is trying to get your base underneath you and your head straight up over top of your base. I used to do this all the time. The old school way of standing up was like post one leg, like knee straight to like at 90 degrees, put the other one back, and then try and like blade your hips in order to stand up. And I could never get that to work. But what Gordon and Danaher do is they actually put their hands on the biceps, right? The inside bicep ties that we talk about. They shift their head to where they're over top of like Cole's head right here. And then they put your feet right underneath their hip line, right? So you're really just targeting to go right up towards their hips. And then you can stand up, and you'll be surprised. You try that a few times, and you'll be surprised on how much easier it is for you to stand up in that guard position.
Yeah, if your head's out in front of you and you go to stand, you can almost think about it like you're trying to pull your opponent towards you as you stand up, if that makes any sense. So like bringing your feet underneath your hips as opposed to bringing your head over your hips is probably a better thing to focus on. Oh, Justin is gonna tie up one of Kurt's kids here.
So I would say it's kind of like a squat position or a deadlift type of position. It's wherever you jump and feel natural. When you start to break the guard and stand up, I advise to go more narrow than what you would think. The closer your feet are together, believe it or not, I feel more stable. And I notice that most people are more stable the closer the feet are together.
Yeah, like I would say keep your feet outside the hips. That way, depending on how the legs break open, your feet are in a good position to maybe even like hit leg entrances, depending on how things shake out. But if you're like jumping up to like a sumo stance, it's way too wide. You're not doing yourself any favors. Your base may appear wide, but you're more easily brought forward or backward when your feet are wide like that. So just stand like you're getting ready to, like you said, Mike, like you're getting ready to do a squat or a deadlift or something like that. How did Cole and Andrew end here? Oh, almost got to the rear triangle. Looks like
or shoulder lock, whatever. Americana almost.
Yeah, it looks like the Americana with the hips behind the elbow here. Yeah. telling Brooke to Russian tie you.
Yeah.
Damn. You guys are really going for a toss there.
Yeah, we're going for throws.
Meanwhile, Steven is trying to take home Mitch's arm. Giving him a chance to work. You and Kale getting after it now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Straight into the heel hook. Steven.
Missed that.
Yep. So half guard, you know, with kind of a knee shield with the foot hanging out there, and he posts his knee up, shoots right in for the leg into Garami.
I feel like
But then continues the reap.
he's been really liking that entrance.
Yeah. I feel like he's switching. Yeah, he switched the rear naked choke grip too. And I like how he's trying to get his hand up higher, right? Like so many people that I see trying to do this rear naked choke grip almost go elbow to elbow instead of bringing their hand to their head or to their ear. That was a good grip that I saw from him.
Using the guillotine threat to pass.
Yep.
Cole's got that over the back grip that he likes to use, but he doesn't have the head in there, which is normally we see him using that to like tuck the head to get the sweep.
Right.
Justin pull into guard.
Nice. Out the back door, kind of goes right into a ghost pass, what we call a ghost pass, and then they're off screen.
Jason's getting a taste of the lapel jacket wizardry.
Yeah.
Actually, let's look at what Justin did here. Kind of just hits, I think he just hits a pendulum sweep. Yeah.
So he uses the lapel for the pendulum, though. Look at that. See that? So he's got the jacket, the lapel of the jacket, but like the tail of the jacket. So I guess the left tail uses his right leg to do the throwing and his left leg to do the pendulum. That's pretty slick.
Yeah, and with this, with his leg, with his own leg tied up in here, as he kind of stomps his foot to the ground, I feel like that puts all that energy, or puts a lot of that energy into pulling down Jason's shoulders.
Yeah.
So it kind of it's taking his upper body towards the ground through that the jacket tangling. The jacket Garami. That's what we can call it. Or Kimono Garami.
Yeah, keep it Japanese.
Steven working on his headbutts.
Yes, Andrew, I think that's exactly the problem that I'm seeing. You're doing it again against Josh, and you're just kind of like again pressing your head up to his head
Oh,
with your legs. Um, I mean, we'll be there tomorrow. We can of course go over this, but
yeah.
there's a much easier and less taxing way on your legs, because I know that's a pain in the ass to keep trying to stand up and like leg pressing into him every single time.
Yeah, it's happened consistently enough. I think that's definitely something to fix. May have elbowed Steven's face. Hey, if it didn't happen on camera,
It didn't happen.
yeah, did it really happen? Probably had it coming anyway. Funny thing that starts happening with Justin is he starts playing the lapel stuff, and then his opponents start playing it too. They're like, fine, I guess I'll just mess around and see what I can get. But I don't know what he had there, but he choked Jason with it.
Cole, when you're breaking the guard like this or attempting to break that closed guard, seeing your left hand, you're essentially giving Steven a triangle setup, right? Like, yeah, I know your right elbow is tucked here too, right? It's going to be very tough for him to throw his left leg up into your armpit and get to a really threatening position. But I mean, if somebody was long-legged, they'd be able to throw that right leg up and over, okay, like this, and really make it suck.
Yeah, get the hips around. Good.
Very nice pass. Good composure. I know you were very confident in that position, so that's the only reason I'm saying it. But like, again, if Luke wanted to do that to you, that's Triangle City all day.
Yeah. I can't remember if this was before or after Danny hurt his shoulder. It looks like it might be before.
I don't know. I think we trained this night, maybe.
Still bothering him today, so. Right, Jordan Caleb front and center. Head off camera.
And getting old sucks.
Yeah. Steven, you have, yeah, for a second there, man, I was wondering what you were going to do with this, but come on, go back. So Steven gets Danny's right arm under control here with like, I guess you could call it like a kind of a reverse figure four. Like he doesn't have, it's not like a standard Kimura grip. It's basically the reverse of that. If you extended that away from you and kind of hopped up, got off your knees, I feel like you could easily get to Danny's back here. Like Danny's not going to be able to block you at this point. Might want to adjust your head position too. Like Danny was the one winning that head position. But you had a back take there. And you had a back take there. And the one that you've been doing a lot lately too, so I'll just keep my mouth shut.
It's like he was planning it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see Mitch smash Cole.
Okay, I'm with Zach, I think, in the back. That's right. Yep.
I just want to check in on Jordan and Caleb here. I didn't see them hit the ground.
Big snap.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan, keep in mind, man, like, you don't have to accept those collar ties that Caleb's setting up. And it's kind of an obvious sort of thing, I guess, when you think about it, but putting it into practice can be something to work on. But I could show you just like 2 or 3 little simple things you can do to like disrupt those collar ties. The snap down that Caleb hit on you shouldn't have. You could have put up a different fight to not get taken over there. So if you find yourself getting caught in those a lot, let me know. We could talk through it. There's a lot that can be done just from the setup. Like if I know, let's say when Steven and I go against each other, we end up doing a lot of mutual collar ties. So I can kind of predict as distance closes, I know he's most likely going to go for a collar tie. So I can kind of deflect it as it starts to happen. And against lazier opponents than Steven, you could turn that into back takes, kind of duck unders and things like that. For an established collar tie, you really want to work on like immobilizing it and then ducking out and under instead of like lowering your head and breaking your own posture. That can get really tiring after a while. And then you have all the other things that we've gone over, like over ties. You've heard us talking about a lot lately. Russian ties. Just some other more offensive options. See how Steven gets his triangle. So he's got a trap triangle right now. Digging on that arm to get the angle he wants, I think. Probably to bring the arm across too. I wonder if this ends with like more of a shoulder crunch or a teepee.
Gammy's got him in a full stack right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like he's trying to get that. Yeah, the arm across there, and now he's cutting his angle, and finally gets it.
I went for I'm so pissed I didn't have the camera up today, but I went for a wrong way triangle on Steven today.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to get my hips to the outside. I started to get inverted, but it wasn't anywhere near the strangle finish. But I reached for his leg and ended up rolling him and got him in the Sulov stretch or Sulayev stretch or like the cry angle, whatever. His leg wasn't in the triangle. But yeah, I was like, everyone stop, look at this. And then I let it go. Like, I've never done this, and I want everybody to see it. I just want to see Jordan. So let's see what Caleb does. Okay, that was a nice little bump from Caleb to get out of this. Super simple escape. Just bridges. Let's slow it down a bit. Well, bridge and then turn his knees to the ground. Man, Caleb's really gotten good at his hip mobility over the last year since he's been training with us. I feel like he really knows how to get up efficiently and like move his position efficiently, and it really all starts with that hip movement. want to, man.
Oh, awesome.
Man, if I was a white belt or a blue belt, I'm not just saying this to like promote the school, but I would totally buy a ranked no-gi gear.
Oh, totally.
I feel like there's no point now as a brown belt. Like,
yeah,
I wear all black stuff anyway, but none of it being ranked. What the hell did Cole do so quickly? Oh, Josh just kind of pulled him down. Uses the foot wedge to get his leg free.
Austin was employing something I think I was talking to him about this night, which was how he gets stuck in that turtle position when he goes in for a shot and just coming back into a sitting back into a guard.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, so he's coming up and he's like, oh, I'm getting stuffed, and so he's using his flexibility here in order to get up underneath me and get back into a guard, which is nice.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, the only, like it sucks so bad to get sprawled on, squared up with your opponent. It's especially when they're heavier than you. So to be able to escape from that position into a guard, if you're not like a heavy turtle player or something like that, or if like what you were doing, you were just kind of laying on him, like making him bear your weight. You weren't necessarily throwing a guillotine on, so he didn't have like the Udigeishi, sit out kind of a counter to hit. He just had to wear your weight. So a great way out of that is just sitting through into a guard if you can't get to somewhere more nimble. Bout had that double ankle sweep.
Yeah, I knew he was going to go for it, so I like the time that that turn.
And then Josh, remember what we were talking about today with the passing stuff? You'll never be faster going around an opponent than your opponent will be able to turn to you. Like you're running around the merry-go-round and Cole's sitting in the middle of it, so he's always going to be able to get a leg in and get safe with this. So remember what I was telling you today about establishing that connection and working from there. That's just an example of why what we talked about is going to be put to good use, rather than just trying to like flank your opponent, with your foot speed or something. No. And then just because I mentioned it, because you about had it here, so off of this kind of Imanari attempt, you're essentially, we'll say you're sprawled on right now. Let's get Austin's legs back. But that grip that he has over your head with his right arm puts him in danger for what's called an Udigeishi, or like you hear us say sumigeishi. It's like a return to the mat, or kind of, I guess you could just call it a mat return. Just keep it simple. Udi referring to the arm. So you think about if Mike took his left arm and kind of caught Austin's tricep, just reached up and like held his tricep and sat his hips through, it's gonna be really hard for Austin's arm to combat the full motion of Mike's hips, and Mike would sit through and turn and put Austin's arm into a Kimura position. It's a really, really great way to counter a guillotine from a standing, or in this case a kneeling position if you can hit it. But that's, again, that's if your opponent who sprawls on you attacks your head with a guillotine like this. When they don't and they're just weighing on you, that sitting to guard is a great option. So there, Andrew, if you're, I don't know if you are watching this tonight. I think, Mike, that's a better illustration of foot and head position in the standing guard break.
Right.
Right. Kind of illustrates what you were talking about.
Yep. Yeah. Otherwise, my back won't be able to take it. Even against Austin, who's weighs 40 pounds less than me. When he starts putting strain on my back like that, if I'm starting with my feet very far south of him, it wears on you really bad.
Good regarding, Josh. Just right from here, Cole's past your guard. You've got your frames in. Make a little bit of space. Pull that bottom knee in. Start to get your guard back. Ooh, and then to an omoplata. I don't know if you know what you have here, Josh, but this is definitely a submission. Looks like you know. Hell yeah, that was nice. I didn't even see you set that armbar up. You did this from north-south? Oh, just your typical digging on the Kimura. To dorsal. Collapsing the far arm to compromise the grip. Really punishing him.
I made him suffer.
You got to sometimes. Austin specifically.
How fly he looked in that blue rash guard.
Yeah, he comes in wearing the drip, thinking he's hot shit. You gotta put him in his place.
Yep. Oh yeah, and this is why I tried to heel hook him yesterday. I could not expose his heel.
Good. I'm so glad you're having trouble with it too. I told him I'm not even gonna try heel hooking him anymore. What a little shithead.
He's so cocky about it.
I'm glad you're having trouble exposing his heel too. I told him, I'm like, I'm only gonna knee bar you from now on. Like I can't get the inside heel hook, so I'll just turn for the knee bar then.
He wouldn't tap yesterday. I switched to a straight ankle and finished that instead. But still, the hiding of the heel, or his heel, was very difficult to expose.
Yeah.
Dude, normally for Sundays, we're like already done by now in terms of like training. I think this is, 4 or 5 rounds in already.
We got 3 rounds left on this.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. These are 6-minute rounds. Everybody wanted to get their pre-Christmas rolls in before they took all that time off. I think I was already on the road this night. I'd left for Florida.
Yep.
didn't roll for another 10 days, something like that. Brooke with the body triangle. Let's see if she can navigate Justin's defensive posture. Swims her head through to the other side.
Yeah, but he makes you almost overcommit to it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he switches.
Yeah.
And just goes all the way in the other direction.
Looks like he's all right here.
Yeah, Justin isn't especially cocky with his back defense, but it still makes me angry with how
So
hard
calm
he is
and
to strangle.
collected. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't need to make fun of you for failing at it.
He just needs to like laugh a little bit,
Yeah.
snicker.
He hasn't been able to shake the position though. Brooke's doing a really good job of tracking him as he changes his ankles and gets misaligned.
Mm-hmm.
She's got under the neck there, but moving into the hand fight now and shutting it down. I would like to see him addressing her hands more. I feel like Justin's trying to experiment with just like the position, his posture, and shutting it down.
Yep. Felt like she was in pretty deep on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, now he's not even going for any lower body stuff like you would. You kind of see him reaching down there for the foot but I feel like all he's doing with that is trying to free his shoulder movement a little bit. Yep, and then he goes back up to this turtle.
Caleb's talking smack probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now he has a chance to hide his back.
But he has no care to. I think he's trying to get his hips out.
Yeah.
Is what he's trying to do.
Rides out the clock.
Yeah.
I would say like one or two significant threats there from Brooke in that position that he really had to address immediately. Cole and Caleb. And Rush conned Josh into putting his jacket back on. Sorry, what did Cole do there?
Kimura. Yep.
Yeah.
Backs the Kimura and then hip bumps him over.
Steps over but gets the leg trapped. Oh, we got the twins getting after it now. For the bow and arrow that ruins my life. Yeah, getting caught in a nice tight bow and arrow really can be life changing. Just like it just makes you decide to not train gi anymore sometimes. So you trying to throw up the Garami there. So notice Rush is just taking his time. Once he feels like he has his base, I don't want to say like he doesn't like regress because it's still important to go forward, but he decides to work on the grip game.
Yep.
And start breaking grips in order to advance. So he gets to a position where he feels in control and like he's more dominant, and then takes a second to get what he needs to proceed instead of just like frantically, moving forward through it and losing what he earned.
Move like an arm lock.
On Josh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Caleb smashing Cole's Garami off of him. It's good leading in around the corner with the knee. I don't know why he didn't work to pass there. I'd rather see Caleb trying to pass than just falling back onto a leg entrance here. I don't think Caleb has a good... Like, he doesn't have a good position to enter legs here. He doesn't have hip connection. He doesn't have Cole's knee past his knee line.
Right.
That's a time where you should probably just pass from there, or attempt to pass from there, Caleb. Even though you just got whatever cheap shit you got. Yeah, what did happen there? I mean, I guess he's
like an inside heel hook type of attempt.
Yeah, he steps over there. He's also in a gi, or gi pants, both of them are. Kind of had a Mikey Lock sort of toe hold.
Yep.
I stand by what I said. Work the pass from there.
So Rush is working the same pass that he worked on me. So I expect him to start, to donkey kick the right leg back, and put it into the hip. You can't tell with the white on white gis, but he's gripping Josh's pants here. Maybe the belt, I can't tell, but I would imagine it's the pants. And he's got his bicep in the lowest part of the shin, right at the bend in the ankle, right there. It's very difficult for you to extend your leg from there. And then gives a little bit of a donkey kick with his right leg back quickly, and then uses his right knee to pin to the hip, and he's past the guard. Josh is doing all the right things here, trying to maintain and get your knee inverted in order to get back to a regard. But Rush is all over it and winds up doing the notices that both of your knees are actually pointing in the same direction, Josh, which is how he was able to do that like hook step over with his right leg. Luke, I think, showed that. If it wasn't, I think it was maybe Thursday of last week.
Meanwhile, Cole's got a hook in on Caleb, or had a hook in. Caleb might escape out the back. Almost left his arm behind. Waiting for this bow and arrow. He about has it set up.
He does. Yeah, his right hand, I think, is out on the lapel now.
He's trying to make his way to the seated position.
Yep.
Looks like he retained the grip on the lapel there. He must have, yeah.
He's going to step. So now he's going to step and extend. Yeah, that's a very quick tap. That's a strong bow and arrow. Instead of him draping his left leg over like what we classically teach as like as the bow and arrow, his left leg would be like his left foot would be flat on the floor in front of Josh's hip. He's actually riding like doing a knee on belly with the left leg to where the knee is riding across, and he's stepping in nice and heavy into this bow and arrow, pulling back with the right hand, keeping his elbow nice and tight, and then his left hand is on the gi pants, the left leg of the gi pants of Josh here, to make sure that Josh can't rotate away. If Rush doesn't have that grip with the left hand, then Josh can simply just walk his legs all the way around to the door there, and he would be out of the strangle. But here, very little chance of escape. It's very difficult to get out of a fully locked bow and arrow.
Yeah, and then adding that posture into it as well, just like you saw how kind Rush was to like hit it and immediately let it go.
Yep. Yeah.
Like that just added a lot of
bro, I bet it does.
A lot of tension onto the neck.
They're the highest percentage finish that I know of, at least in gi, is with bow and arrow.
And we missed most of Austin and Brooks' roll here. I think they were primarily behind the pillar. Austin's about to heel hooker, but
doesn't.
Of it. Let's see if we got Mitch and Rush and the boys, Brooke and Caleb, right? Heavy head pressure. Nice takedown. Into their mutual north-south leg entangling the head position that they find themselves in. Oh, yeah. Mind you, Brooke was like rolling with a broken hand or something this entire time. Or at least she broke it, I think, really? A few weeks prior. That's why I think her right hand's all taped up. How did the Twins end that? Alright, he just got his leg free. Or his head free. Or Kurt told them to stop.
Maybe reset because they were getting too close.
Yeah. It's funny, they're both starting to adopt this wrestling style stance. I think now that they're taking some wrestling classes. But then, of course, grabbing the head with no arm in, which is, of course, illegal in wrestling. But we ain't wrestlers. Looks like Caleb has Brooke handcuffed here. That cross-side grip behind the back. Oh, switcheroo. Nice. So he feigned going for the stand-up guard break. Well, he didn't even feign it. She just opened her guard, and he said, all right, while I'm here, I guess I'll take this leg with me. And then gets the outside heel hook. Josh walking dejected, half alive, from having his head ripped off. Good timing on the Makikomi, Caleb. Right into mount. And attacking her broken hand, too. A terrible human. She's about to tap. This is so mean. Yeah, for Mitchell. So as Rush has made his way around your back here, like, you're being a little too lazy here. I don't want to see you chilling here with your back fully exposed. Rush, I don't think Rush would be able to totally stop you from hiding your back, and what I mean by that is just getting your back flat to the mat. But what you're doing with your hand to like fight his arm, he's in no danger. And he's just kind of leisurely advancing on you, isolating your arm. Best to start facing your opponent, turning back towards him, keeping your arms close to your body and safe, and then working, to either escape to guard or sweep or whatever from there. Don't want to be doing that while you're looking away from him.
What's up, Arsenal? Welcome to the chat, man.
What's up, dude? Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, thank you.
You got an Islam versus Volk. My heart says Volkanovski. My brain says Islam. I don't know. Well, I'm excited to see how that one goes. I'm excited to see how Volkanovski handles the wrestling and like the grappling side of it with Craig Jones helping him out. It definitely worked well against Brian Ortega, I think.
Yeah.
Putting cheddar on Islam sub.
And that'll
fair
be
bet, dude.
Yeah. It'll be a good fight, one way or the other.
And then finishing off this round with another Makikomi as Brooke makes her way around. Looks like Caleb's got that really timed out well at this point, so we can't sleep on him doing that to us anymore. Cool. I cried that night. Needed Ortega sub. That's rough. I've followed the UFC for years, but I've never ever put money on it because it would just ruin the sport for me. Probably, I'd have so much anxiety. Yeah, that was definitely a match worth revisiting too, especially for the grapplers here in the chat. Good stuff tonight, guys. That night, right before Christmas. So cool to see a packed house on a Thursday, whether or not you're wearing the gi. So thank you guys for coming out. Crazy bet with 20 things. Oh, you put a parlay down probably. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, thank you guys. Remember, we have Naga coming up this weekend in Greensboro. So if you haven't signed up yet, you want to compete, please do so. I think your final day to sign up is the 13th. They don't do sign-ups at the door, so if you guys want to compete, get in on it. And if you want to come watch, we always appreciate the support from our fellow students and training partners. What else? What do you got? Any special things going on this weekend?
Nah.
Or this week?
I think we're all back to normal. Training tomorrow. Ready to go.
Right on. So O'Malley's podcast. Show if you like it, is Coach. Oh yeah, I might give that a listen.
Right on.
Thanks for the tip, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Other than that, yeah, I think it's just business as usual this week. We're going to be moving on, I believe, to back mount. We're done with our 2-week mount sprint, so we're moving on to back mount from there. So you guys be ready to work on your strangles and your transitions for when your strangles inevitably fail, as they do for me all the time now, because you guys are getting really good at defending them. What else? I think that's about it. You know the deal. You can follow us here, subscribe here, especially with your Twitch Prime. It really helps us out. We really, really appreciate the support. You can support us further over at coffee.com/MOBJJ if you like what you're seeing. And as well on YouTube. Go subscribe over there. We'll post the stream for you guys to watch and reference whenever you need it. Other than that, I swear to God, I say it every week. Trim your nails. I got a nice little gash right here on my neck, as well as a matching one here and down my arm today. I'm not going to say who, partially because I forgot, but it was one of you guys whose name starts with a J. I'll let you guys fight it out and figure it out.
And mostly because you deserve it.
Yeah. But yeah, go trim your nails and do your laundry and don't be stinky and get back to class. And we will see you guys there this week. Take it easy.
Later.